sad. As an animator, you're like, oh, this is something that you get really excited for, and then you get really terrified that you're doing because it's a big moment. With doing that, we have to kind of really pull your attention to where we want it to be.
That's Lewis's farm.
We do that with sound, we do that with animation, we do that with lighting, with fire. All of that is something that an animator put love and care into to make sure it happens exactly the way you're seeing it.
But maybe one of the most important things to show in that drive was the family that's asking for help.
See what they need.
At that moment, Joel shows you who he is.
Who do you think you're doing? Keep driving.
I got a kid, Joel.
So do we.
We have room.
Keep driving, Tommy.
And Joel is somebody, to survive, he has to control his environment to the best of his ability and make decisions based on what keeps them alive.
He's going to do everything he needs to take care of his daughter.
I think about the entire soundscape. Everything after the car crash switches from Sarah's perspective to Joel's perspective, because then it's a father trying to save his kid.
Come, give me your hand.
The infected gets closer and closer, and the shadows get longer and longer. His intense light just shines towards you. It settles into the worst thing possible when you think that you're almost at the finish line, and then Sarah dies.
One of the things that I did to keep myself emotionally, and it still gets me emotionally available for that, is I actually, when we temped the sound of Sarah, it was my child. We knew what was going to happen. And so we kind of played into that as it made it worse and worse and worse until it was almost a save, and then it's not.
It's okay, baby. We're safe.
Got a couple of civilians in the outer perimeter. Please advise.
Daddy, what about Uncle Tommy?
The choices we made were authentic, right? We didn't want to stray away. We wanted to make it grounded.
Sarah. Move your hands, baby. I know, baby, I know.
It's very powerful to have such a specific beginning to mark and shape the identity of the character thereafter for the rest of the game and for the rest of the show.
The simplicity of Sarah's death was actually really hard to get to, and we worked at it so hard. And Hannah Hayes, who played Sarah, did such a fantastic job. She was so believable as like a child dying. I remember that we had a few crew members that walked off set. They felt it was too much to watch that happen multiple times.
We have great actors. Pedro and Nico just do this heartbreaking job. I love the game version and I love this version. They live equally in my heart.
Sarah. Baby. Don't do this to me, baby. Don't do this to me.
Always accessible, always readable, always raw. And I think to try and be honest to that as much as possible was a huge push.